Hey everyone, thanks for watching this micro video. We've got a pile of these videos here on the Kickstarter you can watch. Each of these little videos are here to strictly explain minute details and or mechanics of the game in depth so that you don't have to watch the entire playthrough video. But if you really want to watch the whole thing and see what a full gameplay is like, there's a couple ways you can do that. One, you can watch the playthrough video down below, or check out the schedule of live playthrough that we're going to be doing throughout the campaign, and you get a chance to actually watch us and ask us questions Q&A style. That being said, let's jump right into this. We got Team Linvander here. I'm Thomas.
Josh. And I'm Aaron.
And we are going to just break into it. All right, this is Shadowrun, Sprawl Ops, and all of the components in its splendor. Let's break it down piece by piece, and we're going to start with the game board.
Yeah, so this is a game where you're going to send your own team of runners, each of these worker pawns, out into the city to do various jobs. You're going to collect items, you're going to get missions, then you're going to send your crew to go and do those missions with the ultimate goal of reaching the final mission.
That's right. That's you got to veteran up your team a bit so that you can actually get to the final mission.
You don't just want to all die.
Yeah, so we'll get to what this final mission looks like component-wise after. Let's just get to the board here, though. So you've got multiple places. Each of the places have different things that they do. As you can see, there's lots of symbols and text and things that will help you play the game, much like a standard Euro-style worker placement.
Yeah, it is a worker placement game.
Absolutely. You're going to be placing things and collecting items and or spending resources to veteran your team, as Josh said. And the board itself is a four-fold board. It's going to be a real sweet-looking board. It's got an infrared night version of like the Seattle Sprawl. It's the actual map of Seattle. You can see some of the icons and stuff. You got some of the famous Shadowrun art kicking on here, and you got all kinds of symbols and stuff that are very unique and very in brand with Shadowrun itself. You notice that there's some cards down here hanging off the board. They're going to be actually at the bottom of the board, but the reason why they're here is because for the play video, to keep the framing of everything, my camera's not behaving, so we're just going to have them just hanging here so you can see what they look like. We got character stuff on the sides. Let's talk a bit about that stuff.
In front of us, we've got our character boards, which have slots for all of our different runners to go into, and they are represented by matching standees. Now there's one standee for each slot on the board. They are numbered and have an icon for your faction.
There's an example of a player board.
And you send your standees out to the various locations on the board in order to access those locations' abilities throughout the game.
The standees are numbered, and the reason why they're numbered is because they are
specific people.
Yeah, specific people, and it's important because the various people that are those standees have specific abilities that interact with the game in general.
And most of what you're going to be doing by sending your runners out is going to be to gather mission cards to attempt later in the phase. You're going to gather gear from the crime mall to outfit them for those missions, or thermal upgrades and so on. Or you're going to hire more runners to build out your crew, because at the beginning you only have 4 runners.
The basic crew.
Yeah, the basic crew. So most of what you'll end up doing is actually taking those cards and adding them to your team to increase their total stats, so you can take on bigger and better missions and get more money and get to the final mission.
Speaking of money, you got some cool tokens. These cool yen tokens. They are nice punch board tokens. Feels good because they get lots of cash. You use those as a currency in the game. That's one of your #1 resources. We've showed you the standees, which is a great punch board piece component. And then we've got all kinds of decks of cards, which Josh was touching on. We've got
the runners.
These are the runners. The runners are various upgrades. There's lots of combinations of runners. There's a lot of runners in the game. You can upgrade. Every game's going to
all have unique art. That's pretty
unique
cool.
artwork. They have unique characters. If you've been a long-term Shadowrun fan, you're going to love it. We've got each of the different classes, class combinations, and of course, every game feels different because randomizing which runners come out or runners are good. You got the different things like comm links, dermal plating, and a pile of different things that you're used to seeing back in Shadowrun, including cybernetic upgrades like data jacks, control rig, all that fun stuff. Beyond that, equipment. Equipment is a combination of weapons, vehicles, different stuff that you can buy that's more expendable in the game. The equipment can be equipped to any runner, whereas these have to be equipped to whoever goes and buys it. We got these loot cards. Loot cards is another deck of cards, which is awesome. These are like one-off, like a smoke grenade. These are one-off things you can just discard to do in the middle of a mission, which there's a mission video you can look at. And these, it's just down below. These loot cards can be picked up. We'll explain how you get those in the mission video. And then, of course, there's the star of the show, which is the dice. This is a dice hucking game. So this is a worker placement game that has a dice, random push your luck dice element to it. You can actually attempt things early and try and get lucky, or you can do things safely and use the math to help you help you win this. You win the game. So the dice are awesome. You see a pile of dice over there, like a nice handful.
That is a lot of dice.
You're getting like you're rolling dice. This is a game where you're.
The more dice you can roll with your crew, the better.
You're gonna see a lot of dice rolling if you look at our mission playthrough.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the general component of the game. Of course, you got roll blocks and you got boxes. Nice box. It's a big box. It's good. You've got big mission cards that are going to be nice thick cardboard. It's a really good game with lots of paper components and dice components, and we really recommend that you try this.